umpire Shepherd is at the other end. This is the first ball of the match. Voss on his way in. Oh, and a quick single. Mid-on was just a little deep, and he picked it. I tell you what, that could have been quite close if the mid-on fieldsman there, that's Delano Fernando, if he'd have been just a little quicker, it might have been quite close.
He was sleeping. This is a wake-up call for him, because as far as Tendulkar was concerned, he thought that ball was going towards mid-wicket. Didn't realize it was going that straight. Now, these are key moments in the game. Even if you're in form, no matter how big a player you are, you want to get off the mark. And there was never a single there.
Needs to go back a little bit, I reckon. Oh, that's well played. That's beautifully played. Sachin Tendulkar playing from the crease. Has hit that through the covers for 4.
Now, this is a glorious shot. We saw him play a couple of shots like this in the game against Pakistan of Wasim Akram. Now have a look at this. Have a look at the balance. This is not all that bad a delivery, but he's into position so quickly, offering the full face of the blade. He's got the placement dead right. That's majestic.
A little bit too straight, nicely played. This will go for 4. This house feels fast. Chaminda Voss just can't get there. There's going to have to be some good fielding on the boundary rope today.
Well, this has all the makings of a good game.
Oh no, he's missed it. It's gone for 4. He's pitched that one up, and Tendulkar has hit it back at him like a rocket. He just did not have time to react.
Well, this is terrific batting. The reason why I say it is because when you're up against a quick bowler who's getting movement, getting bounce, a lot of batsmen will be sitting on that back foot, not Tendulkar. The moment he pitches it up, that front foot is down the track in a flash.
Well played, beautifully played. That's that whip on the onside to the straight delivery for 4. All the way along the ground that time. I don't think he's going to get caught at backward square leg today.
No ball's called, and it's gone for 6. Seen this cut shot played a few times now by both these players. This time it's Tendulkar, and it's gone 15 rows back.
So which means it's about a 74-meter hit. The second time a 6 has been hit in that area is the shorter part of the ground. And that's the problem that the faster bowlers have had today.
That's away. That's going to go not to the fence. He's going to be able to pick up. Oh, yes, it is to the fence. Goodness me, that is very, very sloppy. That brings Tendulkar to his 50. He'll take a bonus run there to go to that 50. Nasenka was the man who should have stopped it. He was leaping around in front of the scoreboard and couldn't quite get there.
That really was poor cricket, and that brings up Sachin Tendulkar's half-century. Good to see the applause all over the grounds, and he certainly is looking ominous. He's not taking any chances, just keeping the ball along the ground. He had 5 boundaries, 61st one-day 50.
Outside edge and a run away for 4. So Duhara having a bit of bad luck here.
Well, you got to see this shot again. Did he open the face of the blade at the last minute? No, in fact, prickish outside edge. But with Tendulkar batting in the 70s, there's no one in the slip cordon.
These people have been here often. They've sat there watching Sachin get closer and closer to a century. 97, 7 4s and a 6. He's played magnificently today. And these people that have come a long way, a lot of them, have come here to see this.
It's an out. Sangakkara thinks it is, and it is. Aravind Lasova has picked up Sachin Tendulkar, looking to paddle it around the corner, just hitting the edge of the bat in the simplest of catches to Kumar Sangakkara.
Why, oh why? That's the question. Such a wonderful player, trying to play a smart aleck little shot around the corner. He didn't go, mind you, but I think he was probably out here. Let's have a look at it. This is such a silly shot to be playing in the circumstances. Up she goes, and a lollipop little catch to Sangakkara, and there goes a century begging.
That's in the air, but past the man at backward point. First boundary of the Indian innings. It's worked away on the onside. Long chase for the man at square leg.
Driven nicely. Not the classical on drive, more of a straight drive that's played towards mid-on. Great to watch.
Well, it's one of the classic shots in the textbook, isn't it? If you've got this in your armoury and you can play it, it's a sign of a good pitch to me, that the ball's coming on quite nicely, that you can hit the ball down the ground like that, on the up. Also a sign of a pretty classy act. Oh, this is a big over for India. That's another boundary, and that is beautiful timing. Clever use of the wrist. 3 boundaries in the over. It's 62 for 1. That's 2 straight, and it's gone past mid-on. He'll never stop that. Beautifully timed.
Well, he's going to milk the bowler with this kind of field. He's got plenty of options. The straight drive just to the onside. Then he can also play the flick in the air. It's good to see him playing those shots in front of the wicket today.
He's got that into the gap. And a poor piece of fielding will give him a boundary. That's gone through. So 50 for Sachin Tendulkar. And he's brought it up in fine fashion.
It may not be his prettiest, Robbie, but it's at a critical time once again for India.
As this was over pitched, and a good stride forward when he hit it. Should have been stopped in the covers.
Bang, 4. They're starting to get expansive now, Sachin Tendulkar. They're going to rue that moment where they drop that catch straight down the ground very quickly. In the slot and smashed away. Nearly cleaned up Sourav Ganguly. They only just got out the way.
Nicely played. I think the placement was the key here.
That's been a factor all morning, and Sachin Tendulkar just sliced this away. Such a good eye. You see the opening the face because he knows the man at cover is quite straight. Look at that, just slicing it away. Not really in the coaching manual, but when you've got such a good eye, who cares?
There's a buzz around the ground. Well, he'll get it. 400 in World Cup cricket for Sachin Tendulkar. And India 203 for 1. Overall, he's played some fine shots, Barry.
Excellent. Took a little while to get into his stride. I think the track was a little bit too paced, but certainly went down the ground on quite a few occasions, and then towards the end of his knock, he was quite content to just knock it around. It's been a very good partnership, good thinking from Tendulkar. He's a very mature cricketer now. And eventually he gets to his 100.
He goes for the big one, and he's hit it straight, 1 bounce over the boundary. There is long on, there is long off. Tendulkar was always looking to hit straight down the ground. Oh, that's cheeky. Fine legs up in the circle. But he was in total control of that shot. That's using the pace of the bowler. Oh, that's sliced away. He'll get 4 for it.
That's exactly where he should be bouncing the ball. He just provided a bit too much width. I think Sachin had set himself up for a big one. And then an educated edge.
Oh, that smash back. The umpire is flat on the ground. And that is superb reflexes from Alim Dar, the umpire from Pakistan. He was down in a flash. This ball would have taken his head.
And everything else. What's the reaction? He's absolutely only just in time, but nevertheless in time.
He's gone in the air, it's flat and hard, and more importantly, in the gap.
Tendulkar has played down the ground particularly well. So too has Ganguly, for that matter. But the straight hits have been...
He's just going to fall short of long on. Went for the catch, didn't bother about the runs. The bowler may not be happy. That's 4 more. Reading the bowler's mind, picks up another boundary and lifts the bat. He's got to 152, which happens to be his second highest one-day score.
Well, that's princely batting that. Very clever use of a little leg stump line, but he knows all the options he's got available. He knows he's got the field placings implanted in his brain, and he just works it round to that effect, around the clock. Really worth the entrance money, and I didn't even pay.
Bowled him.
And Rudy Van Buren has done it again. He's picked up Sehwag, and he'll be able to tell the grandchildren he got Tendulkar too. He doesn't have to tell them for how many, but he says, I held it back. He was through the shot. I deceived him and hit halfway up middle stump, and I made him look a little awkward.
152 is also his highest score in World Cups, eclipsing his 140 in the '99 edition against Kenya.